Lessons learned from the Needs Assessment Project. My name is Mei-Ling Chang, and I'm here to talk to you about the Shen Foundation. Project background. My client, the Shen Foundation, is a nonprofit dedicated to restoring harmony and balance on the earth according to the guiding principles of ancient Taoist wisdom. Its projects are affiliated with the environment, well-being, community, and culture, and include collaboration with partners to create sustainable living communities, improve healthcare through advanced digital technology, and hold ancient cultural events. It is primarily run by volunteers. The business need was to increase revenues through donations from funders. In order to optimize fundraising efforts, operational processes and administration were required streamlining efforts. This project was considered an atypical needs assessment in that it was conducted from abroad. There weren't opportunities for face-to-face personal interactions. So much of it was actually conducted through email and Skype. What we did. So in order to perform the data collection, I had to email plenty of people by first contacting the manager, then conducted Skype interviews with upper management. Surveys were sent to the small staff, but responses received at different times. Data collection was also done through extant data. However, this was very scarce and did not provide enough information. For example, documents on categorized tasks provided no details or explanations on how to implement procedures. The roles and responsibilities were unclear. No written policy seemed to exist. Using the soft data and matching it with the extant data was a difficult process. And in some cases, I had to use my informal observations through the response time from staff members to generate a conclusion on the current performance of the staff. What we learned. I learned that I needed to understand the audience a bit better and to plan for misunderstandings. One of the main contributors to soft data didn't possess English as a first language. Some of the vocabulary, which I assumed would be understood, was too difficult for the contributor. It was important for me to make it adaptable. Next, plan more follow-up questions during interviews. I noticed that I had more questions during and after the interview process. I learned that I needed to invest more time visually playing out the interview in my head, which would result in better follow-up questions and reduce additional emails and calls with upper management. I also found it important to be flexible. You want to maintain the trust and cooperation with the client. So if it is an issue in scheduling meetings, due to time constraints, I needed to adjust accordingly. At one point, I offered to hold meetings at 3 a.m. in the morning, except no one took me up on that offer. I also thought it was really important to be persistent in demanding extant data. I didn't feel I did enough of that. It would have been much easier to approach the situation if I was there in person rather than sending files through email. How did I apply all this? I thought it was really important to hold back, not to judge too quickly based on scarce data. I noticed that I would be too quick to presume the problems when I wrote the business need based on evidence from the beginning of the data collection process, and I needed to tell myself to hold back and not judge too quickly. And as a rule of thumb, to constantly remember that evidence was soft plus hard data. Soft qualitative data is simply not good enough. You have to gather enough to prove and verify the soft data. This was especially challenging for me, but then again, remembering this rule helped me stay persistent in requesting for more data that I knew was hidden in one of the staff members' computers. Thank you.